Welcome back to the channel, everyone. We're obviously on the new Sportster today. I'm out giving it another extended test ride, see how she does. Definitely louder, as you can probably tell. I actually kind of like it now. This bike's revision obviously isn't all about being stealthy or quiet. It's more of a style aspect. But with that said, I'm still trying to make it comfortable and just make it something I enjoy to ride around. It does give me a more of a kind of a badass feel to it, so that's kind of fun. We're just out enjoying some twisties on it. Even with the 4-over on the front end, it still handles great. Really no complaints. The stock rear shocks are not the greatest, but they do work and I can still stand up on my pegs, which is nice. Cruise is good though. It's fun. So yeah, I had to get some test miles in under the belt before we leave for our next extended trip. I'll be taking Gordita here to Milwaukee for the Harley-Davidson 120th, and then we're headed out west for the Revzilla Get On ADV MotoFest. And then shortly after that, it'll be Sturgis. So this bike will be all over the country in the next month. So I gotta make sure she's in tip-top shape. I can definitely tell with the new ignition coil, it starts so much better. It seems to run better too. The one that I pulled off, I believe, was dated May of 2001, so it quite literally was the original part, which, from my understanding, those actually last a fairly long time. But, you know, you never know, things like that go bad randomly, so I didn't really have a subject to talk about today. I just figured I'm going on a test ride and I might as well bring the camera. My goal for this bike is to be able to ride it for at least an hour without being fatigued. So if I can ride this bike for an hour or more and not get completely tired of it, that will be a success in my book. Just because of the distances I'll be riding out in Sturgis, everything is so far apart. And I mean, I could ride the Scrambler version of this bike all day, and it was pretty comfortable. So I'm hoping with what I've done here, I can do the same effect, just in a different style. I do have highway pegs now, which is nice for me to stretch out my legs. The only other thing I'm actually missing right now is my duffel bag for my back support. Though I did notice now that the bike is more of a slant, I can feel my body actually resting on the back of my saddleman seat more. So I'm actually utilizing that step up now. Before I just wasn't, because the bike was so upright and I was leaning forward more. I don't know if you would consider this a chopper. Like, is this considered a chopper even though I didn't like hardtail it? I mean, I found other pictures of people calling their bikes choppers, but is chopper like just a style now? Like the method of going through a motorcycle and removing things and changing things and the overall style? Or is chopping or a chopper actually a hardtail? Let me know what you think. I'm calling it a baby chopper because it's partially there, it's just not a hardtail. So, I don't know. Let me know what you think about that. Well, I'm at about 68 miles on this trip. Been taking mostly back roads and stuff, a little bit of highway. So far, it's honestly very comfortable. I'm enjoying riding it so much, actually. It gets probably just as many, if not more, looks than the Scrambler. I think more people like chopper styles, probably. I don't know. Maybe at least in this town. But yeah, I'm just enjoying the exhaust, actually. Having a loud bike again is something just, it's fun. Gives the bike a spirit, I feel like. It's amazing how many different forms and shapes and configurations this bike has gone through since I've owned it in just like, what, 3.5 years now? It's just amazing. Oh, that's a ton of gravel. The one thing people keep telling me to do is I need to 1250 it or 1275 or 1200 kit it. I'll be honest, I don't. Like, this thing does fine. It runs great. I'm too conservative to mess with something that runs good. Like, I know I probably should get into the clutch and replace the basket, but it runs fine, and it goes back to that theory of if it runs good, don't mess with it. One day, maybe, yeah, I will big bore it when it needs it, but it does everything I want. And to be honest, sometimes, like, I've owned fast cars, I've owned fast bikes, I've done that, you know, and having something slow and kind of stylish like this it's enjoyable to me because I don't really have anywhere to go above this, you know. I'm not a speed demon, I'm not an adrenaline junkie. I just like building things and then riding it and then building it again, and that's my story. and I'm sticking to it. But yeah, this bike is fun the way it is. I like what I've done with it this time around. I'm gonna have to get Jess on it because I think she'll like it too. Alright, I don't know how long of a video this is gonna be or if it's gonna end here. I guess I'll find out if anything else happens today. But if everyone has enjoyed this video, or if you stuck around this long to watch, I appreciate it. Thank you. And until next time, take it easy.